Hey everybody, welcome to episode 61, right? Yeah, 61 of Mixlife. I'm trying to find my chat already. I'm already losing stuff. I'm here with Rick and Adam today. We've just been chilling, talking a little bit about mixing. We were talking about Adam's new cantaloupe recipe. If you want to talk about that for a little bit.
Sure.
So, hey dudes.
What's up, everybody? How are you doing? It's been a minute. Hope you guys have been having a good time mixing. Let's see. Happy Father's Day. That happened. And then, let's see. Let me get this recipe for you guys to take a look at. I really like it. And I don't know if I can screen share me. Yeah, I guess I can. All right, let's do this. It's called Lope. It is. You guys see that? Should see that. Butter rum, cantaloupe, Flavora, cantaloupe flavor apprentice, little vape train rum, and then sweetener. And the butter rum and the cantaloupe work together really well. Like after about a week of steep, and it's a damn good recipe. I can't it's one of those ones where you're like, oh man, I'm giving away a good one, putting it public. So that is that. How do I stop sharing? There we go. Coming on back.
Like sharing moves. Is it good? I was even muted, so I don't know why it had me on there. But whatever. Right. It's all good.
Oops, remember address. Oh, it doesn't have me at admin.
Oh, right. Yeah. We should be.
It's because I got my YouTube set to my personal. I'll switch it up. But let's see, cantaloupe. We got some personal projects, some corporate stuff coming out. We have new products coming out. So lots of cool stuff behind the scenes going on right now for us. We got shout outs for the mixer collection from Grim Green.
Yeah, you're vape famous, my dude. Like 3 weeks in a row. I'll fangirl out. That's pretty fucking cool.
It's cool. Like the Vaping Bogan shouted us out. I like it because
the Bogan reviewed us like four or 5 weeks in a row too. He used a different flavor every time. Grim has just been like humping your mango all week, like for 3 weeks.
Like I don't get a ton of feedback for. Like I get some, and then people buy stuff, but you never really get like feedback like that, where the guy's tried like 5,000 bottles of juice, and then he likes your juice. It's like, all right, cool, all right, that's a good scale to win on, you know. So yeah, that's been fun.
Yeah, that's been pretty cool.
It's exciting because like where's e-juice makers going to be in two years from now? Because in the last 2 years we've gone a far way. Like we definitely have 10x'd our first year to second, and then second year to now 10x. And this is our anniversary really. Like January 1st ish is e-juice makers birth period. So go team.
I thought it was really interesting because, like, the first time, like, I watched Grim Green's vlog, and, like, the first time he mentioned it, it was like, here is a juice that has a mango in it, and it tastes like some other mango juices. And then the second week, it was like, hey, this is pretty good. And by the third week, he's like, yep, I'm finishing it up. Real nice mango.
So yeah, well, that one's weird. So, like, my mixer collection entries are all weird. Like, I did not cater to who, like, I was like, I want to make juice that wasn't on the shelf, which probably wasn't the best financial idea, but it was what I wanted to do from the standpoint of putting flavors on the shelf that somebody weird like me would like, that's bored with all the normal shit. So one of those, that mango lassi is like an Indian drink. And it's like a weird, heavy on the yogurt, heavy on fresh mango, and very butyric acid heavy almost in the beginning. And I'm just waiting for Mixer to get to India. I'm just waiting for that to work its way over, because then I'll be winning the game.
Then you get that Lambo money if it makes it to India.
Yeah. My license plate says one shots on it or something.
Because really, why do any of us do this except to get that Lambo money? So
I'd probably not fit in a Lambo or be able to drive it worth anything. So
I would have to pay a much smaller man to drive my Lambo for me.
Yeah, I don't think I could fit in a Lambo. I'm not even I'm not a particularly huge guy, but
I mean, this is like a complete like tangent or whatever, but Volkswagen and Audi bought Lambo, so I think the latest ones have been like more the size of like an Audi like A8 inside or whatever, or R8 inside. So we could definitely fit in the new Lambos, I think.
All right, good. Well, moving forward, then I'll keep my eyes on that. I just wanted to lower in. I feel like it's not too much to ask.
Don't go vintage Lambo. Like you ain't gonna fit in a bitchin' Countach or anything, but you'll be good on the new ones.
No mid-90s Diablos.
Yeah.
That was like my dream car, like my entire youth, man.
I just, I've seen a couple of those in like car museums and stuff, like some of the vintage Lambo, like the 80s and 90s Lambos. And I just don't understand how people did that to themselves. Like, I think you have to actually fold yourself into small parts. It's like human origami to fit in one of those things, and you can't see behind you. So,
shout out to somebody in the chat actually has a mixer samples.
And shout out to the orange gremlin from Cheikh Juarez. I would totally rock an orange gremlin. I think that's more my speed.
Yeah, or I really want an AMC Pacer, right?
Speaking of mixer collection, they were at CVE Canadian.
They're at CVE this weekend, yeah.
Canadian Vape Expo. So there's a booth. There's booths set up at Vape Expos with Chemist and Copel and Jarvis and Steam recipes. So that's fun.
Yeah, if you guys are up in Toronto, check it out. I think it's still going today, right? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. I guess it's a big one, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. What have you guys been working on? Any recipes?
Well, I've mostly been working on this nightmare behind me.
Yeah, it looks better.
Yeah. Instead of having all my flavors in boxes, I could actually but I'm quickly realizing that I didn't buy enough shelves. So I'm gonna buy like 3 more.
You can always have more shelves.
Because like these are like pretty full already, and there's 2 shelves below on each one, and they're super full, and I still have like 3 boxes. Plus, I haven't even moved my actual Flabora line down. That's just like this stuff is just like the stuff that I actually bought, right? Like I still have the full line that they sent me, like packed away upstairs, and the Viv Train line, and I have a bunch of other stuff, like probably like 500 more bottles still to figure out where to put, maybe 800 more bottles.
Got to get the nail polish racks.
Yeah.
Racks on racks on racks, dude.
Racks on racks on racks.
Racks everywhere. It's so bad.
Damn. Yeah, I need to get some of those bigger Gorilla ones like you have, but they were like $50 a piece, and I was like, fuck no. I bought these bitches for like $10 a piece or $12 a piece. I'm a cheap bastard.
I'm a little worried right now because I actually have a whole lot of empty nail polish rack space, and I don't want to fill them at this point. So I future-proofed myself into a severe case of anxiety.
Your safe room is quickly becoming your panic room.
Yeah, seriously, man. It's so bad. I like having the extra space to move around a little bit, but then I feel obligated to start picking up stuff I don't have, and nobody needs that.
You don't want to turn into like the Star Wars collectible mindset and be like, well, I need the other 4 versions of vanilla cream.
I get anxiety trying to figure out stuff that I don't already have, right? Like when I'm looking at Bull City flavors, like I have to really dig deep to find shit I don't already have.
Lorenzo is by far the biggest flavor collector. Like,
yeah, he's crazy. He's got. Well, I think him and Apexified are probably tied, because I know that Apexified is pretty close to where I'm at.
Yeah, I think those would be the two people that I think have the most flavors.
Yeah, I'm almost caught up to.
Even over concrete, because Apex and Lorenzo are more like, they seem more like the toy collectors. So like they just want to have every bottle because they have everything.
Alaska Vapor, it's actually more challenging than it thinks. Like, it's kind of annoying because like I have a bunch of stuff that end up not getting used because I can't make it accessible to the community, and it's not really even commercially viable because it can be difficult to source. So it's nice to have to mess around with, but like a lot of times I'll splurge and check out a new company, right? But then they'll end up falling off the map or not being good or whatever. So it's as much of a curse as it is a benefit. I hear something going on in the background. I gotta take 2 minutes, guys. I'll be right back.
All right. Good luck to you.
Yeah. Like, I will say, out of the flavors that I have bought over the last 6 months, a lot of them have just been like mainline, like Capella and Flavor West and TFA and stuff, as I've had to worry more about actual availability. It's funny because I don't buy that much obscure shit anymore. It's more just filling in holes for shit.
And so what Concrete and Copel are talking about when we say availability is, so if somebody's contacting us from Australia, or, like say they contact us from Germany, then we have to give them flavor profiles for recipes that they can fill on a constant basis. So, and even with one shots, right? So all the one shots we make, you just don't want to enter into a point where your flavors are changing formulation, so just think how much it would bother you. Like the way that Inaware milk chocolate bothered you guys, imagine that times like 10. That's what happens when you're one shot, like Wayne had to go through it with his, Cooperian, and, a lot of Wayne's best sellers early on were chocolate based. So that sucks.
Well, Inavera, I'm going to pull a Chiba right there. Inavera has a special spot in hell for me at this point for changing so many of their damn flavors. Like the struggle is real, so you got to rely on the companies that like won't just randomly change shit.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. Like, Inaware does weird stuff when it comes to. I mean, they don't really have any reps that speak English well, so they don't have anyone that we work with too much. I mean, I'm connected to the guys that you can connect with, like the president and stuff, but they're primarily Polish speaking. So you get like a translated version of a Polish announcement, but it's not kind of the environment you want to work with, especially if you have projects and things. So, so we have to, when we develop recipes, we have to think availability level too. We have a big audience in England and the UK, and then we have a big audience in America. If we put out a public recipe, like for the cantaloupe recipe I just showed, they don't have Vape Train light rum in UK yet, right? So now nobody can mix that in England until that flavor shows up. If I'd use something weird like Health Cabin or, some of these off-brand things, you can end up where like they can never make it, or they would have to special order from the US to get the flavor. But if Chefs has it and that your vendors have it, you have a better chance of people mixing it. So that's the thinking behind availability and why it matters.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go do something real quick. We're for a small vape shop. Produce our online house juices. Recently lost our juice maker.
Copel is the Lord and Master of house juice design at this point, so I think he's probably qualified to talk about it.
Well, so that's because that used to be my job, right? Like I would stand up vape shops and train their staff. It's really not difficult if you. I mean, obviously there should be some established recipes and things like that. So stick to what you know, and then experiment in the background until you feel like you can compete with what's on the shelf. Put out samplers and let people try them for free, and then when you get good feedback, put it out on the shelf. It's pretty simple.
You're making a weird mix. That banana's hard to get out of the candy realm, and then to add mint to it, like you could do a vanilla mint 10 times easier than you could do a vanilla banana mint.
Yeah, I'm not sure about banana and mint. That might be. I mean, it'd be difficult, but I think it'd be done.
I asked them what their best seller was, and that's their best seller.
That's their best seller. It's already there. Okay, my bad. I misunderstood.
I love I love regional house juices and stuff like that because shit like vanilla banana mint ends up being a bestseller. Like that's just great and weird.
Yeah, no, that makes me happy, man.
3%, 3%.
Yeah. And
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, Sheck in the chat brings up just watch your margins, use TFA, Flavor Art Cap. Flavor West is another big one for house juices, right?
Yeah, Flavor West, Loran's. All those are pretty popular brands. You can do so much with just those brands, right? And then keep like a few small number of easy to source, like kind of higher end secret weapon flavors around. It's okay to have like a small amount of one in a recipe, but you don't want to have like a ton of Flavora or Inawera laying around because it's just expensive stock to keep and it's a pain in the ass to source on wholesale. And Hall said he missed me in Toronto, so we bought Adam's Mix. Yeah, they asked me to come to both of them, but I was not able to attend either of them because my passport is tied up. So
mine's not tied up, but they always have the vape expos the weeks I have all my kids. So that's like, I can't leave my 2 kids with my girlfriend and be like, I'm gonna fly for 18 hours this weekend, and you're gonna watch my kids. So that just doesn't.
Yeah, it's just difficult. I think it was just bad scheduling this year, and yeah, my passport issue thing. So because I let it all expire and I haven't used it in forever. But I'll have it squared away for next year, so maybe I can start traveling again.
But thank you to the people that stopped by the booth or bought some of our mixer collection stuff. Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's growing. It's a slow grow because we don't go through distribution, because you take a huge hit if you go through a distributor. Like, yeah, your bottle will be on 100 shops in a week, but you're only going to make pennies instead of dollars. So it's better to slow grow your company because then you create your own relationships and you end up making more money at the end of the day.
For sure. I've been working 7 days straight until I finally get some time off. That sounds a lot like my work schedule. I think I'm on like day 16, right? I'm technically not working today, but I'm working because I got lots of shit to do. I screwed around with elderflower today, man. I love Flavora's elderflower. And CCW rhubarb. Shout out to Chef's Choice rhubarb, which is actually Chef's Choice or Cupcake World, right? That's the same, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
a good flavor. I picked up some
track. I really like that rhubarb because it's so much easier to fucking. It's just so much easier to work with. It's not as fussy as Inaware's. Don't get me wrong, I love the authenticity and the tartness of Inaware's rhubarb, but Cupcake World is just like so much easier to do shit with.
Yeah, that Vape Train rhubarb seems like it's closer to the Cupcake World version of rhubarb than Inaware rhubarb. That one's pretty solid. Just the straight rhubarb. I haven't had their like rhubarb compote yet or whatever. That could be good too.
I have both. The rhubarb compote is good, but the jamminess, it's really jammy, right? Like kind of gooey sensation, right? Or like I'm not sure exactly how exactly to describe it, but it kind of limits its application, even though the overall flavor is pretty similar. Like the rhubarb note itself is pretty similar. I think it's good. I like them both. I've been trying to dig a little deeper into vape train, but I only have about half of them down here so far.
What's some favorites? What are some flavors you've found special?
Osmanthus.
Osmanthus.
Yeah, it's a floral. Right?
Motherfucker mixing over here with Ozymandias. Like, fuck yeah.
Dude, it's so good, man. It's so fucking good. I've gone through 20 mils of it. I had to make Theo send me more.
All right, now describe it to us. What is it?
So it's a kind of like, I don't know, most people in the US probably won't even really know what I'm talking about, but you ever had musk candies?
Yeah.
Right? So like those, like the Lifesaver type, like floral candies?
Yeah, it's like a lady perfume candy.
Kind of, right, yeah. So it's really similar to that. But it's not as offensive as like TPA's musk candy, right? Or aggressive.
So how does it compare with Vape Train's Sweet Musk? Have you tried that one?
The Sweet Musk is like less floral and more sweet tart to me.
Okay.
Right. Osmanthus is definitely like the floral edge, without like the hard candy note.
And how would you use it?
Well, so far I just vape it by itself or with eucalyptus. It's pretty good so far. I haven't gotten any serious development time in with it yet.
That's a serious floral. That is.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's not for everybody. I don't. I know I'm like. I make pretty poor choices when it comes to the flavors I vape on the regular, but.
No, you're just strange, and that's why we like you.
It's fucking. Oh, it's incredible. I can't put it down. I don't think they're even. I don't think they're actually even selling Osmanthus anywhere else besides directly from their website.
If the e-juice makers had a baseball team, we would be the outliers.
Right. I'm not sure what that means because I don't play baseball and I don't care about baseball.
It's not baseball. It's outliers means that like on the bell chart of what's normal. Outliers are things that skew out here. Like, so we're the weird ones. Or the misfits or the outsiders. That's the statistical term, is outliers.
I cannot contest that. We tried the Rekka concentrates. Yeah, I've tried some of them. The sparkling ones, I don't really get a sparkling from it.
Yeah, I think I have a grand total of like 4 Rekka concentrates, and I know that one of them is the aloe isn't technically a sparkling. I do have the sparkling mango, and it wasn't fantastic or anything. And then sparkling orange was kind of weird. There's something about those concentrates that they taste kind of dead in the middle to me, and I don't know if it's the cooling that they're using or the sweetener, but like it seemed like it really needed to be filled in, and every time I tried to fill it in, like that dead spot still like stuck right in the middle. So I'm thinking I wasn't using enough flavor.
Yeah, I'm not sure where to put them. They're kind of hard to. They're not easy to source, so I don't really know what to do. Like, I didn't put a lot of effort into pursuing like making them work. They're not bad flavors. The WS-23, the cooling is like it's a bit much to me. It's really heavy-handed.
Yeah, they're okay. Actually, if you're buying Rekka flavors, I would recommend against Sexy Mango because it is definitely not sexy. I've tried mixing the Sexy Mango and the Sparkling Mango, and Sexy Mango is quite possibly the most overripe smelling flavor I've ever had. It vapes a little bit better than it smells, but like it's overripe to the point that smelling the atomizer after I vape makes me a little nauseous.
Yeah, that sounds rough. Maybe they like them that way there. I don't know.
I mean, like people like Cap Sweet Mango, so that overripe thing isn't a deal breaker for everybody or whatever. But yeah, the overripeness of Sexy Mango is like horrifying to me.
Yeah, I can't get past like Cap Sweet Mango. Like that's too far for me already. So I don't think I could handle this Sexy Mango.
Fuck you, Adam, over there with your fucking sweet mango nonsense.
Adam loves sweet mango because he's.
It's a very nice mango, as Grim Green said, or bang and fuck off flavor, you cunts, as Bogan says.
Jesus, what have we become?
This was a family show.
Yeah, now with YouTube's artificial intelligence text to talk shit that listens to our words. So if someone has closed caption, you turn it on. As we're talking live, it's already transcribed. So that's how they know to demonetize stuff. Because by the end of the show, they've already got like a transcript of awful shit we've said.
Leilani, they used to have a lot on chefs, but people weren't buying them, so they got rid of a bunch of them, I think. I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, I like them more in theory than I do in practice, I guess, but I think my taste buds just really aren't acclimated to that kind of, like this sounds like the jerkiest, like, wank off, like, I'm a DIY mixer. But, yeah, they just don't really click for me for some reason.
They're definitely more...
Mixer of the year.
They're commercial-centric, right? You know, they're like... and they appeal to like people down there who are quitting smoking. The WS-23 works because regionally it's hot as fuck down there, right? So like they want the extra cooling, but I live in Oregon. It's even when it's hot, I'm kind of cold most of the time. Like, right? It's like 85 degrees, and then the breeze comes, and I'm like, shit, where's my sweater?
All right, so Concrete, you should design a little web graphic that says Concrete River approved, and then make them pay you $10 per flavor that they put it on their
Instagram
on the flavor. So like Flavora, Full City, and e-cig Express. So to like put up your little graphic, they throw you like $5.
You know, that would get around the issue because I don't get paid for reviews. I've never gotten paid for reviews, and I like to disclose when I get shit for free. But that would like ameliorate some of the questions about editorial influence if it's just, okay, this was good, now pay me for a beautiful graphic of my face. And I do want to see my face on everything. So
yeah. That's even better, would be a graphic of your face. Like,
here we go. Just like that.
Yeah.
That's the last thing you see before you die, coincidentally, too. So
I got you, motherfucker.
This is that DMT hits. That's what you see, and then you just go out to blackness.
You're like, that drink I gave you was poison.
I don't even know what's happening anymore.
I lost the plot a long time ago, dude.
We're trying to fit into more brackets of the YouTube algorithm. So we're changing up our format.
All right. We've never had a format. I don't know why you would even think you can't change up what's not there.
So I want to rant about mouth to lung, how it steals the flavoring love. So if you get, because the problem with the mouth to lung is it's so single note that you get into just vaping shitty one single flavored stuff. And then you forget how good something tastes. Or you might even think the recipe is shitty because you're vaping in your shitty mouth to lung thing. So that's my rant for the day.
Yeah, I've been contacted a lot recently about pod systems, so I've been working on trying to develop for pods. And it's probably the most infuriating overall experience of my mixing career. It's like going backwards, right? Like,
yeah.
It's like going completely backwards against everything that I've learned to develop over time. And I realize that pods are just like popular because of their convenience, but god damn it, man. They're just boring. They're fucking boring, right? You just two fucking flavors, you smash them in there. If you're lucky, you can squeeze in 3 and maybe a sweetener, right? Like it doesn't work. My favorite pod shit to vape, like my favorite stuff to vape out of pod systems has just been decadent vapors, because they like kind of straddle the line between like normal standalone concentrates and one shots, right? They're not quite one shots, but they're not really single flavors either. Like they're a little more nuanced. So for you pod mixers out there, Crystal Blue at 17% with 1% WS23 in a pod system is pretty fucking cracking. Good.
Yeah.
I've got 20 fresh fucking pods right here, and my life is hell trying to mix for him. So
it's a pain in the ass, dude. It's just like, oh man, like it just makes me want to blow my head off, dude. It's just so boring. It's just
because you lose the nuance, you lose all the detail. It's like cooking in a McDonald's kitchen, and you're a good chef, and you're used to working in a good kitchen with all these ingredients, and now you have to just like cook through this single lens where you don't have all the options. It made me not want to make recipes for a while because I was just like so frustrated. It's like, I don't know.
Somebody in chat was asking about
Holy Vanilla.
Oh, was there a Holy Vanilla thing?
Yeah, somebody asked if Holy Vanilla was
a good choice for vanilla with sugar orchid. She was asking about sugar orchid earlier. Yeah, maybe, but it's kind of malty and weird. I think you'd probably be better off with something a little less complicated for a first run. I'd probably try like Flavor Art Vanilla Classic or Inaware Vanilla Shisha Vanilla. I think Shisha Vanilla would probably be the best overall. Like, it would give enough body, right? Yeah, I think Shisha Vanilla would probably be the best bet for that. And somebody was asking about Concrete River's approved flavors, list of Concrete Rivers, whatever. So I decided, I was trying to find the link to all your flavor reviews on.
Oh, that's just the DIY e-juice thing. There's a lot of mine in there, but there's other people's too.
Yeah.
So that's all.
It's,
I mean, generally, that's all good.
It's like 75% yours, dude.
And I want to shout out Apexify, who has been doing a really good FAQ Fridays series over on Reddit. So if you're looking for some good articles, Concrete River did one, but just it's nice reading because it's not like pretentious asshole talking, writing just to post it on Reddit. It's actually, quality articles. So if you're looking for stuff to read up on, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah, I know that Apex and I think Dave's been doing like a Throwback Thursday thing too, and they're trying to inject like more informational content into the Reddit while they have the current chaos thing going on with letting everybody. I'm gonna say shit post because I'm a jerk. Shit post on the front page, but they're still trying to bring some pretty good info into there.
I think overall the opening things up to shit posting is actually turned it around like a little bit, right? But it's at least encouraged new activity because it was kind of like, yeah, it was just kind of dead. And some people have been really good about being helpful about where to place your shit posts in the future instead of just shrieking, read the sidebar, which can, I guess, kind of turn people off a little bit. FAA Custom Premium, you got to buy it from over the pond. Yeah, just buy it direct, dude, or from chefs or something. But nobody in the US will sell it to
you. Decisive Threat, you can use this page, it'll help you. Got all the beginner videos we've all made, and then some references and links and stuff.
Also, like, there's links to everyone else's channels on our channel, so like that, it's like you get lost in there for like a year probably just watching videos forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, we need like a video editor to go through and chop through stuff and make little useful clips.
Like, this is going to totally be a rant, but that's the thing. Like, I'm not saying that people who do live shows don't like prepare and all that, like this is some level of work, but to go to the point where you're actually editing and like posting like only useful information is like a whole new level of like pain in the ass. So we do need a video editor.
It's a ton of work. I've been like slowly learning how to do it, but by slowly I mean really, really slowly. I've got like the filming and the cutting it up part and all that stuff, but like working on like transitions and like on the screen text and making it attractive and like consistently attractive is difficult. Plus, like my camera is like just bordering on not quite high enough quality to do really great video. So I need to upgrade my video card first and see where that gets me, and then go from there. Because it's just like a touch too grainy for my taste to go with like to go forward from here.
Steam's the best editor.
Yeah, Steam does have a pretty. He's pretty good at it.
See, I grew up as a video editor. Like I want to make movies. Went to like film school. I could edit a TV show. Like I used to edit TV shows for DirecTV and stuff. And then like that was like Final Cut 9. And then as you know, the last decade happened, I got completely lost in the technology. Like when I approach the software, it's totally different from what I learned on. So it's like even for me, where I actually used to know how to do it, it's all brand new, trying to go back to it.
I also run into the issue where I'm a weird looking dude and I start to hate looking at my own face and listening to my weird ass voice. Like never underestimate how jarring that is.
No, it is. Yeah, I feel exactly the same way. Like one time I had one of my one of the companies I work for wanted me to record like a commercial / like thank you for your support videos. And it took me like 3.5 days sitting in front of the camera raging, right? To make a fucking 2-minute video that just like talked about, I don't know, whatever. And it was miserable. I couldn't like, and then it was like, that was like when I would like realized for sure that I would never be like a serious content producer, right? Where I was going to like make fancy videos and do shit like that. Like I'm perfectly comfortable in like a live streaming environment, but I don't think I could ever just record videos. I could just, it's horrible for me. I can't do it.
I've been meaning to get back into the swing of things. I mean, I still have everything set up. I'm going to go ahead and like nausea alert. I'm going to switch the camera around, but like I still have my background and shit set up. I just have really fallen off. So
I can dig it.
I've also got to learn how to use Vegas because I switched operating systems and I liked my janky ass Linux editor. Now I have to learn how to use a different editor. It's going to be terrible.
If anybody's trying to go to e-juice makers, the security certificate expired, so I have to update that. So it's given like a weird warning, but it's not an issue. It's just a click a button somewhere to update something. So if you were wondering, you know, Dave uses it for his forum. I guess you use it too, Concrete, for the Mix Club.
Yep, it's the new forum home of Mixers Club along with the Discord, because Reddit may have yanked Mixers Club at any given time because we were promoting the distribution of controlled substances, because I guess Reddit r/cocaine still exists, but we got to worry that they're going to pull the Mixers Club. So
yeah, it's weird how what Reddit deemed as censorable. There's some sketchy subreddits on there.
Because you can still go to R opiates and see hand checks all day, but for fuck's sake, if you want to facilitate the transfer of nicotine-less juice, you're screwed.
It's a strange thing, you know. Like,
of course, Graham says shout out to opiates.
Yeah.
Don't die in the shower.
I always picture some sort of dingy ass Vegas bathroom.
Right.
It's like Graham's office.
I just I'm gonna I'm gonna recut Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and I'm just gonna paste Graham's face on the lawyer.
And then just use
all the way through the whole
shitty
film.
set on stopgap. Just cut in.
Yeah, just cut in weird shit he says on stopgap, right? Or just mumbled audio, which would be more fitting because that's what his fucking mic sounds like all the time, right? Like,
hey, I do think that if I was gonna go full Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, there is nobody I'd rather have acting as my guide / lawyer than Graham. So
yeah, it's true. I wanted to at least make sure we didn't get like shanked in an alley somewhere.
yeah,
There's a new stopgap drinking game. Every time Colton mutes Graham, you take a shot.
hey, we've been better. We've been slightly better. There was less screaming at each other the last couple weeks.
It's just so funny to watch like Graham get off into like mumbles, and then you see the little microphone mute sign show up on his name, and then Colton's over there just grinning. It's a good show. I'm proud to be one of the 93 people that watch that show.
Hey, I think we have in the 200s of subscribers at this point, and Pretty Matthew is giving away some fancy RDA when we hit like 300 and something. So
Nice.
I'd subscribe, but I don't want Google thinking I like anything you guys are about.
Oh Lord, I actually haven't got the show in a while. I have a really hard time catching shows lately. I used to try to watch everybody's show, but now like just having like an extra hour in front of my computer is pretty rare.
I need to figure out how to do this Photoshop Shindo contest.
Is there a Photoshop Shindo contest? What?
Yeah, it's Photoshop what you think's actually in Shindo's backdrop behind him that he turns the lights off on. So
okay.
Maybe it's a sex dungeon, maybe it's a meth lab, whatever you want to Photoshop.
Probably all of the above.
yeah, why not both?
What I really bet, right, is that there is like an AOL era level of computer nerd, like just like stacked up crushed cans of Mountain Dew and empty bags of fucking Doritos and like piled up pizza boxes and like 3 dirty ashtrays.
See, I'm going with grandma's guest bedroom. So there's like doilies, there's hand knitted blankets on like weird pastel colored bed and shit that he has to live in. So he just goes to black. So he looks cool.
I just think it's the only way to make a monitor tan look as sexy as he makes it look. So
Yeah, it could be just a color thing, right? He's just too white.
Dolls. There's dolls in the corner whose eyelids click closed and shit.
I got some Annabelle shit.
Oh my God.
Welcome to Mixlife number 62, the haunted doll explosion.
Yeah, there's this fucking, it's like a Mexican grave doll. I saw this video, I don't know where it was I saw it, but sitting on top of one of those Mexican like graves that's outside, so they build concrete boxes. This little doll's sitting on there, and as the guy walks around him with the camera, the fucking eyes on the thing are like moving with you, so it keeps looking at you. It's creepy shit.
Shout out to Lewis from Chef's Flavor doing Twitch streams.
I feel like the Twitch thing is my fault because he was talking because the Facebook algorithm like really fucks up their giveaways, right? Doing the Facebook Live videos because you can't always see all the comments on Facebook Live. Twitch does automated giveaways, right? Where like the chat bots manage it for you with just like chat commands. So like Twitch is like way easier, and I explained like how the giveaway would work and so much less work for them. And they give away like a ton of shit all the time. And now like Lewis has become addicted to Twitch, and he's on there like all the time for like hours on end. He Twitches games and stuff too, though. He plays PUBG.
Wouldn't that be funny shit if he becomes like a PUBG famous Twitch streamer on accident?
I don't even know how many. Is it still a popular thing on Twitch?
Sort of.
I kind of watch Twitch sometimes.
Fortnite.
let's see what's popular. Yeah, Fortnite. PUBG's still in the top 6, top 10, right? So, but like
Fortnite came in and straight killed my son's Overwatch addiction overnight.
Fortnite is huge now. 300,000 viewers right now.
This kid went from
on Twitch.
He went from an avid Overwatch gamer to like don't care about Overwatch, Fortnite. Like both my older kids play it like all the time. Like they'll play, they'll die, they replay it. And the guy Ninja, who's like the mega gamer streamer, the guy's played like 30,000 games or something ridiculous. And like my kids played 300, and I feel like he plays too much. I was like, Jesus, this guy's got to play 20 hours a day or something nonstop.
Like, it seems like long term, doing anything that much can't be good for like your general mental health. Like it's a video game, but when you start to do that shit that much, it probably just feels like a huge goddamn slog.
Yeah, I mean, I come from more of that's the difference, right? So I've never played an online game. I come from, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. The only multiplayer game I've ever played was 2 Game Boys hooked up together with like a USB cable.
Hey, GoldenEye 64, man. Couch co-op.
GoldenEye, it's a dream, man.
But like you'd always have your friend come over and play. But like this new era is like no friends are coming over because you don't have 2 consoles, so they'd rather be at home playing. So it creates this weird antisocial society of like they feel social because they're talking to their friends, but like they never leave a room. Like,
I don't know, man. I was super psyched when Borderlands 2 came out because Borderlands like still did like the couch co-op thing fairly well, but you're seeing that kind of stuff like less and less. It's a bummer.
I still play Borderlands 2. I won't lie. I still play the shit out of that game.
Like all that stuff's more fun, like going to your buddy's house, fucking hanging out, playing video games, talking shit.
And see, I like playing video games with my girlfriend, especially first-person shooters, because it's the only kind of video game that I'm better at than she is. She's better at absolutely everything else except for first-person shooters, so I can still feel like I'm accomplishing something.
I like some online games, but I don't really have a lot of time to play games lately. So, except when my son wants to play Minecraft for 11 hours straight, that happens a lot.
Mine went from Minecraft to Overwatch to Fortnite.
He's only 4, so I hope I have some time.
Yeah.
My oldest boy is into like action RPGs and stuff like The Witcher and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
I'm sure he only likes Witcher 3 because there's so many butts in it. Right? Like there's
it's a really good game with some fairly detailed nudity.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's still a good game, right? Like the nudity doesn't take away from it. It's not like a kitsch that attracts you to the game. But there's like nudity in like the first like literally 15 seconds of the game. Right.
And it's just like a nice spicy little bonus feature because you're already playing a really good game and hey, look, there's nudity. And with the PlayStation, like the current generation of consoles and PC graphics and stuff, like it kind of actually looks like a boob, so that's a bonus.
It is indeed a bonus, right?
Bonus boobs. That's what we're all about here.
It's true. It's true.
Smash that like button.
Okay, so we can't talk about the new flavor arts, or there's none?
I just haven't had enough time to go through them really. Like I can't give anything concrete or overall like informative just because I haven't had enough time to play with them and steep them. Right, like I've got some samples mixed up. The vanilla gelato is really excellent. It's really, really, really excellent. The dragon fruit is pretty all right. I'm not sure that I would put it over or under other dragon fruits, in that it's pretty different. The chocolate donut isn't bad, but the chocolate note in it kind of reminds me of FA cocoa. So it's a little chalky or powdery, right? Again, not bad, but it's pretty good. It's the other one, the New York cheesecake, I haven't messed with yet. So I haven't had a lot of time. Yeah, I just haven't had enough time to really do anything with them. But yeah, it's not that I can't talk about them because they're just pre-sale stuff. I just don't have enough like information to give really in-depth detail. But the vanilla gelato is pretty incredible. I like the graham crust, but you kind of have to crank it up a little higher than some of the other graham cracker flavors. And it's almost more, it's like bordering on cookie, right? So it's not as dry, or like you don't have like the graham cracker. It doesn't have such a crispy sensation like FA cookie or something.
I've been messing around with Botanical Gin by Vape Train, actually.
Oh my god, that stuff is so fucking good, dude.
Yeah, it's solid. It's funny too because like the big knock on flavor art is it's just juniper, but like I kind of want more juniper in it. But it's solid. It definitely feels like, I guess, sort of a less intense version of the Flavor Monks Pure Gin, which is definitely a good thing.
Yeah, Adam just dropped. Yeah, no, I really like it. I think it's a good middle ground. I do wish there was a little bit more juniper. I guess you could dress it up with like a tiny bit of Adam's Power dropped. It's his girlfriend's birthday, so what probably happened, guys, is that he got caught. They figured out where he was hiding.
Like, you will pay attention to me now, power cord gets yanked.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing. Like, that should definitely be happening. We have no business being on the internet when other things are going on.
Right, exactly. But back to my main note. But I think it makes it more versatile too. Like the lack of juniper makes it a little more easier to use. Have you fucked with the tonic water yet?
No, I'm like panic testing some stuff for Noted tomorrow. So watch Noted tomorrow to hear the amazing Chibasteba, ML Nikon, and ID10T discuss booze flavors with me, 8 p.m. Eastern on the DIY or Die Network. But I've been panic testing a bunch of boozes. I still need to get in their tonic water. I got a 30 mil because they were sold out of 10s at Chef's. So hopefully it's good.
I think I need to order more already. I blasted the 10 mil of like Botanical Gin. I think I only have like 2 mils left. I've to let me shit out of it with a bunch of different stuff. Just like one, like just gin plus one, you know, like gin plus lemonade, gin plus lavender. I did something else too. I can't remember. I don't know.
Oh, see, I can't even get that right. It's 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because, yeah.
Loser.
I know, right? No, but Vape Train's Botanical Gin, I think, is good enough that I no longer have to add the caveat for gin of, you know, if you really want to feel it in the wallet and go through a pain in the ass, track down some Flavor Monks gin. Like, I think it's actually good enough that you don't really have to worry about trying to track down Flavor Monks gin at this point.
Vape Taurus, I don't know what that means. Is DIY University still healing? I'm not a member of that group. They were like prone to random sporadic amounts of drama, so I stopped going there. I don't know what the causes were, and I never got involved, but it just seemed like there was a lot less information and a lot more bitching, so I just stopped checking it out.
You're assuming we actually interact with other people.
Yeah, I don't interact with a lot of people. I mean, it's hard enough just to keep up with random PMs. Like, I don't really read the groups anymore very much. I post and I'll stay. I try to watch the ones where I'm tagged or whatever, but I mean, people tag me all the time, so I just deal with that. Also, shout out to Vape Train's eucalyptus. Like, I think it's starting to replace Innoware's eucalyptus with mint for me. While I still love Innoware's eucalyptus with mint, like Vape Train's is much easier to manage. The eucalyptus note itself is pretty similar, and yeah, it's just easier to work with. It's good, and I can do more stuff with it because the mint's not there.
Yeah, and if you still want a blistering amount of menthol, you can definitely add that yourself. It seems a lot more versatile.
Yeah, I think overall, I think moving forward, I'll be using that, and then if I want to like blast my face off with coolant, I could go with WS-23 because sometimes that mint is really like kind of off-putting if you vape it for an extended period of time. So definitely the eucalyptus, and their cucumber is pretty rock solid. I like it. It's got like a reasonable amount of peel and the rest of it all in one. It's good. I think that's the end of my flavor shout outs for the day. I don't think I have anything else to do.
So is it substantially different than any of the other cucumbers?
I feel like it's closest to, and it's not substantially different. I mean, all of the cucumbers are kind of close, where it's just like a little more or less peel, right? And then the rest of the cucumber body is just kind of like a generic, not sweet apple, like kind of texture and body and flavor. Capella's is like a little gooier, kind of. It's kind of weird, like almost plasticky.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's got less peel than Flavora's, but more than TPA's. If that makes sense as to where to place it as far as the range. It's probably not better than any of the rest of them, except maybe, I mean, Capella's is bad. I don't like Capella's cucumber at all. But I like it a lot. It's pretty good. And eucalyptus and cucumber together are stellar.
I think yeah, cucumber is one of those things that there are a lot of decent options, but how often do you actually need a cucumber? And when I want a cucumber, I'll usually like literally just go for Flavor West cucumber mint and do this a one shot.
Yeah, I like cucumber, and I've been messing with how cucumbers interact with melons as opposed to just using the same like apple solution for everything. Right, add apple to watermelon to make it more, give it more depth and grain. So I've been using Flavor West kiwi and cucumber, like different brands cucumbers, to see which one fits better.
That sounds hella green.
It's not super green though, because Flavor West kiwi is kind of innocuous.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean that in like a bad way. Like you usually like say like, oh, it's green floral notes. It's just like the color green seems overwhelming with that.
Yeah, but it really gives like a glorious amount of body to TPA honeydew, or to even more. I use Jungle Flavors honeydew more. It gives them a lot more body and depth that they didn't have before. So it's more like eating a mouthful of fresh honeydew as opposed to just having a honeydew flavor on top, right? So I feel like most melon flavors kind of lack the body. Like they don't have any body or mouthfeel at all. They're usually good flavors, but they're just whatever. Unless they're candy.
I will definitely say that we are nearing the end of June, and I'm already tired of trying to come out with something for summer. I struck out entirely. All my summer mixes have been garbage. I am looking forward to autumn because I definitely want to start bringing in a lot of heavier flavors. So summer is the worst.
Well, it's just when you're a person who doesn't vape like bakeries very often, or the heavy flavors, like it gets boring, because even in the winter I vape mostly fruits, I just drop the coolant. So like when you're trying to come up with summer flavors, like that's what I've been vaping all year long, like I don't so I've been beating that horse all year already. And then when the warmer weather tapers off, like sometimes branching into bakeries or just oddities with savories or spices and stuff like that, like kind of changes things up enough for it to actually be entertaining again. Grapefruit creme brulee. What is wrong with you, Rory? On a scale of 1 to Wiz Khalifa, how much did you smoke before you posted that?
I mean, it's Rory, so we'll just assume that he's going to do it really well. So good luck, Too Tall.
It is. Good luck, man. That's rowdy. Yeah, I don't, like Mr. Burgundy here says.
Rowdy F right there. That's a profile.
All right, and we are nearing our hour, so I'm going to get Rick to do the smash the like button real quick dance.
So smash that like button, subscribe, hit the notifications.
Yeah, do that thing.
That's what I got.
Right. Check out our one shots and juice lines in the links below. And otherwise, have a fantastic day. Cheers, motherfuckers.